This kid learned how to cut hair over the summer. And right before school started, he decided he needed to practice. So he texted a bunch of kids. Free haircuts at my house tonight. And people showed up. The first kid, hey, can I get a fade? He gave him a fade. It was horrible. Just buzz it off. The second haircut wasn't much better either. The third, not good. And then the fourth kid sat down. All right, man, I'm ready. All right, here we go. And somehow, the dude absolutely nailed it. Perfect, clean lineup. Kid looks in the mirror and goes, wait, bro, this is actually sick. He then took a picture and sent it to everybody. And that changed everything. Everybody who saw the first 3 haircuts and were making fun of him were now asking for haircuts themselves. By 10 p.m., there's a line of kids out front, everyone's sitting, waiting their frickin' turn. And when it got dark out, his dad brought out his huge lights. There you go, buddy, now you can see. He kept cutting and he didn't finish until after midnight. The next morning at school, there's just tons of kids there with perfect fades and amazing haircuts. Wow, Johnny, who cut your hair? Steven! That's right. You gotta respect the haircut. This guy had a little penguin plushie hanging from his backpack, and it meant everything to him. A close friend who lives in another country gave it to him the last time he visited. It's like my favorite thing. So ever since then, it's stayed on his backpack. One weekend, he's at a family lunch. His 8-year-old nephew spots it immediately. Hey, can I see that? He lets him hold it for a second. A couple minutes later, the nephew goes, can I keep it? He smiles and says, no, but I'll buy you one just like it, and that should have been the end of it, right? No, instead the kid starts crying. He wants that penguin and that penguin only. Okay, at this point, it's causing a scene. The rest of the people at the party are looking at them. The kid's mom quietly says, hey, it's just a toy. This dude's sister says, he's only 8. Someone else goes, just buy another one. No! The whole reason that this penguin was so important to him was because of the person that gave it to him. He keeps saying no. The kid keeps crying louder. His sister pulls him aside. You really made a kid cry over a stuffed animal? Hey, listen, it's not my fault your kid never hears the word no. You guys made a spoiled brat. I'm leaving. Peace. And he left that party. Now his entire family is furious with him. But in my opinion, he did nothing wrong. What do you think? This kid brought a homemade lunch to school every single day. His mom would wake up early in the morning and make him something special. One afternoon, he opens up his lunch container in the cafeteria. A teacher walks by, catches a smell, and says, what is that? Oh, it's my lunch. He tries to explain. That smells awful. Looks disgusting too. Throw it away. He assumed that she was joking or something, but she points to the garbage can. Now! The whole table is staring. This kid is super embarrassed. So he takes his lunch and he walks over and he just dumps it into the trash. And just as he's sitting back down, another teacher who had saw this whole thing happen asks the kid what he threw away. He tells her. Apparently, it was a cultural dish that his mom made for him. That food is from his culture. That's something that they eat. And you made him throw it away? It's not school appropriate. Yes, it is. It's just not familiar to you. That teacher was so mad. She went to the principal's office. She had a meeting with the principal and the school admins. And the teacher that made him throw his lunch away was fired. Because yeah, that's absolutely horrible. People have different foods. Cultures make different stuff. What a cruel, cruel woman. This is out of control. When this neighbor's 16-year-old daughter crashes her bike into his car, and what the heck? She immediately gets off, starts crying, and calls her mom. The scratch looks awful at first, but he takes it to a shop, and after a few minutes of buffing, it comes right out. No big deal. So he tells this girl and her mom, don't even worry about it. It was an accident. And he thinks that's the end of it. A couple days later, the mom texts him. My daughter still feels terrible, and she wants to apologize properly. Can we bring you over a cake? He says, sure. That sounds nice. Everybody loves cake. So they show up that evening, and this 16-year-old girl is holding a cake. The mom is standing a few feet behind her with a phone out. The girl starts apologizing. Here, again, I'm so very sorry. I take full responsibility for the scratch and for crashing into your car. Mom's behind her filming. Speak louder, sweetie. I take full responsibility. Okay. The mom then whispers, go ahead, now ask him if he accepts your apology. But that's when he notices the phone. Wait, stop. Are you recording this? Yeah, I'm gonna post it online. fine. It's gonna teach a bunch of kids to take responsibility for their actions. It's like, what? I can even blur your face if you want. He looks at the girl and says, I accepted your apology the day it happened. Then turns to the mom and says, yeah, I'm not doing your stupid video. The mom immediately gets irritated, starts arguing with him. Oh my gosh, you couldn't even let us finish? Let us do the video? Then he just walks back inside. What a weird apology, because it wasn't for him or for the daughter. It was for the camera. The mom, I guess, wanted to go viral. Jeez. Lost dog. This kid's walking through his neighborhood one summer. He sees a lost dog poster taped to a tree. This dog had a weird face. Cute, but ugly. So he clocks it, and then he keeps on walking. Then maybe about 10 minutes later, no, that's the dog. He sees that dog just wandering around. It's the same ugly but cute face. He walks over, the dog's friendly, and lets him pet it. He then looks at the collar and calls the number. Hi, yeah, I think I found your dog. When he gets to the house, everybody's outside. The mom's crying. The dad is so grateful. Thank you so much for finding our dog. He's been missing for days. Hey, it's absolutely my pleasure. He feels good about it. He did a good thing. Life moves on. Summer ends, school starts. It's the first day of English, and he walks in and he realizes something. Huh, well, it's you. It's the dad of that family. He's the new English teacher. Now this kid is thinking, oh, this is pretty awesome. And guess what? It was awesome, because every time he forgot his homework, nothing happened. Every time he turned something in late, he would get no points off. At one point, he was convinced this guy was just giving him A's on everything, even stuff that he didn't do. And according to him, he said he spent the entire year doing half the effort he should have and still got an A+ in the class. It's all because the respect he gained from this dad. Hey, again, thank you. You got it, teacher. And you know what? If I was that teacher, I'd have done the same thing. Every fall, this kid noticed it's so fun to step on crunchy leaves. People couldn't resist them. It didn't matter where somebody was going. If there was a perfect crunchy leaf in front of them, it's getting stomped on. So this kid started doing something strange. During fall, every day after school, he would walk around the neighborhood and he would collect leaves. The best ones, the ones that were perfectly dry, perfectly crunchy, the kind that made that incredibly satisfying crunch. And eventually he had this idea. One morning, he shows up to school early with a giant garbage bag, carefully holding a bunch of these perfect leaves. He then set 10 of these crunchy leaves in a line on the sidewalk, about 10 feet. Somebody asks him, hey man, what is this? Those leaves look really crunchy. Yeah, it's because it's the best leaf crunch in town. I got a full bag of them. And he was allowing people to step on these leaves. Students could step on 10 leaves back to back for $1 or for a trade. These barter systems, my friends, are genius. So the first kid gives him a bag of lime chips. All right, this'll do. These 10 leaves are yours. Crunch away. Another kid's like, okay, yeah, that's awesome. And now everybody wants a turn. By the next morning, there's a line and the bartering begins. Some kids, yes, are paying the dollar. Other kids are giving desserts, cookies, cheesecake, breakfast sandwich, and after each customer, he would reset the line with more of the leaves from this giant bag. And it only lasted a couple of days. But he made a little bit of cash in a whole bunch of snacks. You gotta respect the barter. This kid craved attention and he would do anything for it. One day he's finishing a test and everyone's turning in their papers, but the papers have to be stapled. And this kid starts messing with it. Stapler. Okay, just staple your paper and put it down. But he won't. He's opening it up and he's just slamming it against his palm. People are like, dude, stop it. Hey, if you keep doing that, it's not gonna end well for you. Nuh-uh, I do this all the time. Look, I'm not afraid of it. People are like, oh, cool, this kid's playing with a stapler. What a cool guy. What the heck? The teacher just shrugs. All right, fine, I warned you. No, look, see? And finally, the thing everybody was waiting for happened. Staples his hand. He screams, panicking, and now he's running around the room. Meanwhile, everyone is cracking up. He was warned. He then got sent to the nurse, and I guess this kid's parents were rich, and he was entitled. So they tried to get the teacher in trouble for this, but it was nobody's fault but his own. I am a prophet. There was a kid at this one school who genuinely believed he was a prophet. And get this, his entire family also believed it. And that became a problem pretty fast, because this kid refused to do homework. Math, reading, science, he never turned anything in, and when a teacher would confront him about this, Joseph, why haven't you turned your homework in all year? Because, miss, Prophets don't need to do that. Everybody thought he was joking, but he wasn't. Then parent-teacher conferences happened. The teachers then realized how serious this was, because his parents would come in and defend him. So your son hasn't completed a single assignment all year. It's a really big issue. The parents would go, well, miss, he's a prophet. The teacher would then try again. He's failing math. Prophets don't do math. Now the teacher is sitting there trying to explain to them how grades work and how school works. And finally, one of them goes, would you make Jesus do math? She was too stunned to speak after that. And I'm convinced that this kid did not even believe he was a prophet. All he knew was that his parents didn't care that he never did any homework. He didn't even take tests either. Apparently this went on for years. Teachers changed, schools changed, but he stayed in high school for a very long time until his family realized, oh, he actually has to do stuff to graduate. But still, what a weird freaking family. There's always a bad substitute teacher. And at this school, everybody hated her. She would always come in angry, no matter what. I'm angry. So kids learned pretty quick the safest thing to do was just to stay quiet. Well, one day she's subbing in class and she sees a kid from a different class that she subbed at this school. And she decided she's just gonna go up to him and lay into him. And this dude's about as harmless as he gets. He's a straight A student, he's never in trouble, he has a really big comb.
What?
She stops him in the hallway. You, I subbed for your class one time. You're a horrible student. Everybody in there are horrible students and you're all going nowhere in life.
What the heck did I do to you?
The kid's like, yo, this is weird, but he decides he's just gonna keep walking away. But the substitute teacher just follows him. She's still talking. Your parents are probably so disappointed in you. Are you happy with yourself? And she's staring directly at him as she walks. They're moving through the hallway. She's so locked in on him, she's not even looking where she's going. Well, coming right up on the right is a giant metal support pole that is in the hallway. He knows it's there. It's really hard to miss, but for some reason, this substitute teacher misses it and walks straight into it.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
She hits it hard and breaks her nose. She falls to the floor, her papers go everywhere. She tried to get this kid into trouble, saying that he caused her to do this, but when the school reviewed the tapes, all they saw was this weird lady following a student through the halls. This kid went to a Catholic school in Florida.
Flow right up.
And if you've ever been to Florida, you know that there are lizards everywhere. On walls, sidewalks, just chilling by the pool. It's a lovely day. So one day, this little lizard gets inside this school building. It's in a classroom. And everyone's freaking out for some reason. The teacher's consistently saying,
Nobody touch it! Nobody touch it!
and this one kid thought she was scared. That's why she was saying it. So he chased the lizard around. He picked it up. He caught it.
Don't worry, miss. I got it. I'll go put him outside.
The teacher then gets really weird. Oh, you shouldn't have touched the lizard.
Why?
You just invited the devil into your soul.
That's funny.
No, I'm serious. Get in the hall. She then sends this kid out into the hallway and calls this nun to come up. The nun then takes him to the chapel part of school where she prayed over him for the rest of the day. And this kid is sitting there. The nun also made the kid watch her kill the lizard with a cross. I'm not sure what kind of Florida Catholic school this is, but that's crazy.